Let's get nuts. Oh, let's get nuts, everybody. What's happening? How's the sound? Does it sound good? Still got to work out the little audio stuff. Not fully set up, but hey, enough to do a Film Junkee Live. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee Live on your Wednesday. Different angle. What's happening? That's right. A little different right now. Make sure you hit that like, thumbs up. Hit that, subscribe if you haven't already. So, hopefully the sound, like I said, I might end up having to get some more little sound muffling stuff here because hardwood floors, guys. Hardwood floors, but that's besides the point. How we doing out there, huh? Missed you guys. What's going on, Scott C? We got Ranch It Up with Brochaco. Okay, I like it. I like your enthusiasm. That's right. We got Mr. Ninja Gamer right here. Hold on, let me fix it. Why is that doing that? That's fine. Got that little line right there. I gotta adjust that. Curious how Summers will do Lantern suits. No clear idea looking at her other shows, to be honest. I always thought 2008-11's organic light look is the only way to go, but it'll likely be the Earth-One spacesuit. Yeah, I'm hoping that it's going to be a mixture of like CGI and practical. Probably a little bit of both, I would say. What's going on, Ryan? Good to see you. We got Kenny right here. What's happening? Hey, Dave, hope you're moving well. Yeah, I mean, it went as well as it was going to. I mean, I'll talk. So, let's see. Who else we got here? We got Clone Avenger. I just watched Dolph Lundgren's Punisher movie from 1989. I need to rewatch that. I watched that when I was a kid. I don't think I ever revisited it, so I need to rewatch that. I mean, I watched the Thomas Jane one numerous times, which it has its really good and it has its really bad things about it. So, yeah, should be good. Hey, there he is, Mr. Jason McKenzie. First live stream in the new crib. That's right. I know. Look at the walls. Look at the walls. Not white walls. We got tan walls here. But cheers, brother. Thank you. And thank you to everybody who, who is watching right now, of course, or watching even after this is live. But yes, I am in a new house right now, and still Wine Wednesday, so cheers, guys. But I'll update you on all that, and cheers, Jason. Thank you very much for the $30 super chat. You guys are awesome, and you were even more awesome, Jason. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, all right, Braden, what's happened? Hope the move went well. Yep. For Shizzle, it's hump day. That's for damn sure. Let's get to humping. Versus, we got Versus Seed right here. Your profile picture just cracks me up. Thank you, sir, for joining. We got Mr. JD McCrae. Hope the new place is treating you well. Yeah, so far so good, it seems. What's going on? Taladia Plays. 11 months being a member. Thank you for the support, man. Glad to be back live, man. I was itching. What's going on, Indiana Jake? Yeah, I'll talk about it in a little bit. Just saying hi to everybody. I'll give you guys a little lowdown when it comes to that. So, yeah, we got the new crib going on right now. What's going on, Axel? We got Shane-O also. See you in there. You see, you're like, and Eric also. Where Eric? I see you, Eric, also. But you guys are retracting your comments here. What's going on? You guys talking shit? I'm just kidding. There we go. Yes, we got the new. Yeah, I'll give you guys a little lowdown and stuff like that. What's going on, Lane? Yeah, trying to. It's a work in progress still. Work in progress. There's still some gaps. I was still just trying to like figure out exactly what I want to put up, but I'll talk about it. What's going on, Music Man? No, I'm not. Nope. This is the whole new place right here. Moved a couple towns over. Past few days have been exhausting. What's going on, Anna? Always great to see you, Anna. Thank you for joining. We got Gerard right here, too. What is happening? We got Ariel. Dave, finally. Hope you like your new place. I know it is not happening, but hear me out. Zach making a Mortal Kombat University. Oh, yeah. Man, Zach could just totally kill it right there. What's going on? Shane out. We got Parag right here. Congrats on settling a new place. Yep, get in there. Game City Savior. It's almost 10 years since I found channel and the Batman suit reveal. Oh yeah, that's right. God damn, it's crazy how time flies like that. So thank you, Anna. Of course, yes. It's like I said, it's a work in progress. Yeah, I know, right? I know. I switched it up. I totally switched it up. Hey, we got Wonder Meg right here. New digs, new digs. Great to see you, Wonder Meg, of course. I know you're on vacation right now, which is great. And always great to see you too, Stephanie T. All right, good to see you guys. But yes, whew, yeah, it's been an exhausting few days, guys. Basically, from pretty much Saturday to now, and you know, stuff's still not done. Moving sucks, no matter what. I mean, it's always a good thing, but moving can just suck. But I'm really liking this place for sure. So basically, you know, like I told you guys, me and my brother, and it's like a whole thing where, you know, his, you know, in-laws, my nephew's grandparents own the house, and they're like, hey, if you want to have it, do that. And I was like, at first I was like, I'd like my privacy. I've been, you know, I haven't had a roommate or anything like that for about a decade. But then I was like, I saw the place and I went, I think this could work. We'll save some money because let's face it, you know, come on, I'm waiting for those eggs to, you know, I'm waiting for the fucking eggs to drop a little bit in price. That's for damn sure. Now, like I said, go to a Whole Foods supermarket. They have them cheaper there. Just saying. But at the same time, we still got an egg shortage. But anyway, so, and then when I saw the place, I was like, all right, cool. Be the two of us, but we have like, you know, two stories, 4 bedrooms. And I was like, all right, got my, you know, my little studio / office right here. Got my bedroom next door. And like I said, it's a nice little spot. And yeah, we moved in and this is all still a work in progress. All still a work in progress. When it comes to the background, I was like, all right, what am I going to put back here? And even I even made a last minute change. I had to move like one of my pictures because I didn't realize the light was going to reflect off it so much. It was like a glare, and I was like, oh shit. So I had to move that Spider-Man picture that I usually had. I had to move that. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put like my little Batman Funkos right here, which is, you know, this little rack right here, this little Batman rack. And of course, you guys seen some of this stuff right here. And this is pretty cool right here, the Dark Knight little framed image with a couple little pieces of film right there. That was a gift from somebody that was awesome that gave it to me. And of course, Deadpool, I got that. Got my Matrix color spectrum, you know, the color palette, and then of course this Joker image right here. But yeah, trying to figure out exactly what I want to put right here. Of course, I have my open sign that I have, of course, when I have the Vodka stream. I'm either going to put it just right here or I'll put it right here. I don't know. Just still toying with stuff. So that's right. It's not fully finished, but yeah. The only bad part about it, guys, the only bad part about this room, and I you know, obviously you're not gonna realize it until you actually move in. This is the hottest room in the house. I was like, this is the warmest room in the house. You know, it's on the second story. It's in the far corner, and yeah, didn't realize. Oh yeah, the sun is just gonna come right over here, and then in the afternoon, it's just gonna heat up right here. So. Yeah, it's winter. It's February, and I only got up to like 70-something degrees. It gets fairly warm. Thankfully, I got a ceiling fan. Might have to get another fan, and of course, when it comes to the summer months, I'm gotta be blasting. Luckily, there's an AC vent right there, but I was like, this is like the warmest room in the house. Of course. You know, couldn't be any other way. But hey, you know what? It's all good. Yeah, trust me. I got a ceiling fan right here, which is good. I might have to get another. But yeah, I mean, when it came to moving, you know, we got it all done on Monday, and it was kind of a pain in the ass, a little bit, because I have 2 big reclining, you know, movie watching couches. So that was fun to get downstairs out of the apartment with just me and my brother and my nephew. You know, always great. I have bruises. You can see a bruise right there. Gotta love that. Still sore, of course. Got a couple of bruises on my legs. But, you know, overall, it was, it went fairly easy. But you know what the worst part about moving is? The big stuff is always a pain in the ass, obviously. But the big stuff is just one big thing that you put somewhere. It's the little stuff. It's the little stuff that I can't stand. The little stuff. There's a reason why I'm wearing a hat, guys. Finding my hair stuff and, you know, to prepare for that. I haven't worn a hat on a live stream in a while. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm still trying to find, you know, just little things. You know, when you just go like, oh, you're just trying to get stuff and you just throw it in a box, you know? It's the little things. That's what's always the pain in the ass, you know? Always a pain in the ass. Hey, we got Mama Film Junkee right here. Good to see you, Mom. Love you. She's going to be going out of town soon. And saw her today. Saw her even when we moved, so great to see you. We had Pop's Film Junkee here too. But yeah, it's always the little things that kind of suck. So your office being the hottest spot in the house is, I know, right? It's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm still in Cali. Still in Cali there, Ben. Still, I just moved a couple towns over. That's why it wasn't that hard of a move or something like that. So, but yeah, it's just like, good God. But yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. And then just setting things up and just kind of, you know, luckily, you know, the internet's going to be, the internet is tip top. The internet was like the easiest thing, almost the easiest thing, you know, because you guys know I was like a cable guy in my previous life. So when I hooked up the internet, which I, you know, have the modem down here, I'm hardline to it. It's faster internet. Got a deal where they took like $12 off, which is great. But, you know, I figured out which line it was and all that stuff, but I still had a technician come out yesterday to hook up my internet. And I was like, I did one of those things where I was like, when the technician showed up, I started telling him about certain things, you know, hey, you know, you got to go to the side right there. There's a ground block. We got to do it. And I started doing all the technical stuff. This guy looked at me like, what is this motherfucker saying? It's kind of funny. I was like, yeah, I should have pretended like I was an undercover boss and I was testing him. I should have had my notepad going like, oh, what are you going to do next? Okay. You replaced all those okay. All right. And, all right, you can put your okay, I should have did that. I thought about fucking with the guy, but I didn't really fuck with the guy. He was nice, but, you know, always good fun, so. But anyways, yeah, so good times, but yeah, it's just been rough because I only took one day off of daytime work, so I've been working, you know, the past 2 days trying to get used to that. But yeah, I mean, I might get some of those soundproof. But I think, you know, you guys said the sound sounds pretty good, right? I bought a rug. I have a rug. I'm standing on a rug for sure. I bought a couple of rugs to go in here because I didn't realize, you know, I've told you guys, I'm a stander. I don't like to sit. I only sit when it comes to the vodka stream. But I'm a stander. When I'm working all day, I like to stand. Didn't realize, I was like, oh yeah, hardwood floors, Dave, your feet are going to start hurting more. Carpet makes a difference. So bought a couple of rugs for my 2 workstations and everything. But yeah, it's been good, you know. Brother Film Junkee's cool, you know, everything. I'll give a tour once we get fully settled and get everything situated. I'll give like a little tour of the place. Yeah, I'll post that. I'll probably post it on the Patreon first or something like that. But no, really digging it. So you got to paint that wall, man. Got to paint that wall, this wall. Well, I'm going to cover it, okay, Mr. Martinez? I'll cover it. Don't worry. You know, I'm not going to paint the wall. I'm renting. This is not my house. But I'll cover it. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what to put right here. Like I said, I was just starting to put things up, and you know, I'm not using nails or anything like that. I don't want to put holes in the walls, so I'm using that sticky stuff that I used at my, you know, good stuff. So right here, right, put what to put right here. And of course, I'll put my open sign, like I said, when it comes before the Vodka stream on Friday, because I still plan on doing the Vodka stream on Friday too. We're not going to be doing a DC Fanimated tonight, sadly. And so if anybody was like looking forward to that, I just didn't. When I got done with work today, I started hanging things up. I started doing some more things. Just didn't have time, and like I said, it just exhausting. It's just been an exhausting few days. So I was like, I don't know if I have it in me. I'm not going to do a members only stream either. So I apologize for that, because I figure this stream is probably going to be about over 2 hours, because we got a lot to talk about. So not going to do a members only stream. Next week, we'll get back into the normal schedule, and everything. I already told Scott, already posted it. So yeah, we're not going to do DC Fanimated, not going to do members only stream. But definitely going to do a Vodka stream on Friday for sure. So anyways, guys, appreciate you guys sticking with me. Yeah, we got lots to talk about. And hopefully everything runs smooth, and it should be smooth. All right. Let's get to the tweets. Let's get to some tweets right now. But, geez. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Is there anything else I wanted to say when it came to the movie? Nah, just getting used to things. That's all. Living in a house is interesting. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so Jay Fizz, you're saying the audio sounds good. Maybe I don't need the... I was thinking about getting some of the foam little panels down here to muffle the sound, but maybe the rug and some of the furniture is helping that out. So that's good. That's good. But, just getting comfortable. But yeah, the new angle. I'm up against this wall as opposed to the other wall. I thought about doing it on that wall, but I was like, no, the way that everything was. And again, I have plenty of space right over here too to hang the green screen again, because I want to start doing green screen. I have some ideas to do some green screen stuff that I want to get back into doing, or just, whatever. So plenty of room right there to do some green screen stuff. So sounds slightly different, but still good. Yeah, I think I might get some of those, Jason. I might get some of those, help out with that. Because I was looking on Amazon. They're not even that expensive. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just line the bottom part at least, or, around here to muffle down some of that sound. But I know, yeah, it's going to sound a little bit different. But anyways, so there you go. But hey, let's talk about some movies, nerdy shit right there. I didn't watch the season finale of Spider-Man. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We'll talk about that on the Vodka stream on Friday. So that'll be fun. I didn't unplug this, did I? No, okay. I was leaning on this thing. I was like, okay, don't do that. But yeah, we'll talk about that on Friday. But what I'm looking forward to is Daredevil. And I want these posters. You know what? These two posters would actually fit perfectly right here. They could, or at least one of them would fit perfectly right here. But man, check out these posters right here. Oh, those are pretty sweet. The devil's work is never done. I like that tagline. We're getting close. Couple of weeks, March 4th. But yeah, Kingpin and, of course, Daredevil right there is not what? Something you see. Yeah. So there's some little hidden messages right there. Those are pretty sweet. Don't mind that. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, you guys know I love art, and I love these artistes that are online. And John Regan is one of them at Shadowverse Entertainment. Really good dude, really awesome stuff. He created this right here because, well, we're going to talk about this individual when it comes to the DCU portion of the show tonight. But he posted this right here that, he has Brandon Sklenar and, of course, Asher Angel as Nightwing in the Batwing. Ooh, look at that. Sexy. That's pretty good right there. I like that. I know, people are saying, when it comes to Asher Angel as Nightwing, could see that, but seems like little Brandon right there, he's a fan favorite, and like I said, we're going to talk about something when it comes to him, for sure. for shizzle. But when it comes to the previous Batman, Ben Affleck, that's right, the previous Batman. He's got a little movie coming out this year that I'm very much looking forward to, and we got the new trailer, and the trailer looks awesome. Did you guys see it? Hopefully you guys saw it. But the looking sharp. Ben be looking sharp. We won't go through the whole trailer. Yeah, they gave a little too much away when it came to J.K. Simmons' character.
Trained by mob accountants, murdered. Do you like puzzles?
Waiting.
Dude, you know what's so funny? I totally forgot this actress's name right here, but I rewatched the first night. The first movie I watched here, I watched The Accountant. I put on The Accountant Monday night. That was the first movie I watched in the new place because I was like, I just had it on the brain after watching this trailer. It came out not too long. I was like, you know what? It was on Max, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put on The Accountant. So I put on The Accountant. I forgot that this actress played Amanda Waller in the CW fucking DC universe. I was like, I was like, yeah, wait, I know she was in the first one, but why? I just totally forgot like who she was, but yeah. So she's back, of course. And of course, Mr. John Byrne. Their dynamic is going to be great. Their dynamic is going to be great. Now that we know officially, obviously that they're brothers, it's going to, come on. When I saw the stills for that, in Vanity Fair where they showed them like both just armed up to the taint. They were just like, yeah, okay, that's gonna be a cool scene right there. But yeah, basically it's like, hey, it's the Punisher and Batman / Daredevil teaming up together. So no, I'm very much looking forward to that. Like I said, I rewatched The Accountant a couple of days ago, and it's just, one of the things like, yeah, obviously love Ben Affleck as Batman. But, I will say that, when it comes to Batman, obviously that's a little bit of a heavier task when it comes to the fighting portion of being like the character, because you're wearing a very heavy suit, kind of hard to move around. And especially when it comes to Batman, Batman is specifically, he's been taught by specific types of people. So when you see obviously the warehouse scene, it's a lot of Richard Citrone, there. And so there's a lot of, stuntman work when it comes to that, which is good for Ben, because then it's like, okay, I'm not going to hurt myself and things look good. But when you watch The Accountant, Ben really has to show that, hey, I can still, I can move around pretty damn good. When I was watching the original one, I was like, yeah, see, Ben can move, and it looks like he's not going to be missing a step right there. And then of course, we have the official poster right there. Do you like puzzles? Find The Accountant. So, looking pretty good. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Also can't wait for this too. Mr. Takashi Yamazaki. That's right. He's begun to write and storyboard the Godzilla -1 sequel. It will have a higher budget than the previous film, which was made for $15 million. The dude made a Godzilla film for $50 million that was pretty much the best Godzilla film. I don't know. Might have been the best modern day Godzilla film. I don't know. I love the 2014 version, that Gareth Edwards version, but obviously we knew he was going to get a higher budget. But I hope he doesn't get too much higher of a budget. Give him $40 million. Give him $50 million. Keep the budget low. Keep the budget low. God knows what he's going to, have in that movie and what other monsters are going to be showing up. But I would say keep the budget, still keep it below 100. Keep it below 100. Obviously he can probably demand $100 million, but I would say keep it below that. Keep it below. Because my God. And then I didn't know this, so obviously you guys know I'm a big time Mission Impossible fan when it comes to the franchise. Very much my most anticipated movie of 2025 is Final Reckoning, and an entire rewatch before the movie comes out. I think in June or something. Yeah, it comes out in June, I think. But I didn't know this, and I defend Mission Impossible 2. I will always defend Mission Impossible 2. When people say it's bad, it's the worst one, and blah, 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 I say stop it, stop it, stop it. It's the most unique Mission Impossible, the most unique one. It's John Woo, man. It's the Woo, man. They were trying to do something different. Yeah, maybe when you compare it to the other ones, yeah, sure. It stands out. It's the redheaded stepchild, but I will always defend it, and I'll defend it to the day I die, okay? I love that movie. And I had no idea because Tom Cruise is a fucking alien. My foot was broken. I never mentioned it to anyone. Tom Cruise revisits the making of Mission Impossible 2's iconic rock climbing opener and how it nearly didn't happen. What? He had a broken foot during that? There's literally a shot. I mean, he's harnessed, but there's a shot where he leaps. He leaps and then lands and grabs the rock. The dude's insane. The dude's insane. Ah, man. He had a broken foot. He did all that with a broken foot. That's baffling. It's absolutely baffling. Just absolutely baffling. The guy is just not from this planet. He's not from this planet. Wow. Yeah. The guy just loves making movies, and he's just, I mean, there are professional athletes that won't, well, there's some professional athletes. I mean, that's the thing. The thing about Tom Cruise, he's old school, man. I would say he's probably one of the last remaining, movie stars. When you go, his name is on the marquee. Tom Cruise. I mean, his name was always that movie star type of movie, but a type of name. It was just Tom Cruise. You see that on the marquee, you're like, Jesus Christ. But I mean, he's one of the last remaining big, that old school movie star. So, I mean, do you see any modern action stars actually would do that, would not say anything and be I'm going to do this crazy elaborate rock climbing sequence with a broken foot. I mean, obviously this was back, this was over 20 years ago, but it just kind of just shows you the dedication, and that's why he's remained that status of just he is that guy. Yeah, personal life and the religion that he decided to go with, kooky as shit. Yeah, totally understand that, but he's just crazy. It's crazy. So, and his next movie, his next movie, sorry, the chat window crashed. That's never good. That's good. It's fine. Refresh. And his next movie is absolutely insane too. Apparently too. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about that in a future episode. But I wanted to talk about this because you guys remember. So last week, if you guys remember, I talked about how I put out a tweet. I put out a tweet that might have been a little bit of oh yeah, I was stirring the pot a little bit when it came to Dungeons and Dragons, okay? So Dungeons and Dragons is going to be showing up on Netflix on February 26th, okay? So I posted that, and there were some people in a certain fandom that I'm very much a part of that didn't like that I posted that. So there was a whole thing, hissy fit, when it came to certain individuals of course, the Snyder fandom. And that very tweet was this right here. Hey, Netflix should help get a sequel going after it hits number 1 on their charts, which it will because it's awesome. Of course, talking about Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Because it's true, that movie is very much awesome. And we want a sequel, but the sad fact of the matter is it didn't do gangbusters at the box office. It's becoming a cult classic. Who knows if we'll ever get a sequel? So I put that out there. And naturally, we know that there is a segment of the Snyder community that is wanting Snyderverse to be sold to Netflix and are very, very much, if you push back against it, they think you're not a true fan, you're not a real DC fan, you're not this, you're not that. There's a lot of things that happen with that. So there caused a ruckus. And like I said, you can go back and listen to that I'll spiel because I read some of the tweets. Basically, hey, I'm a hypocrite, guys. I'm a hypocrite. I'm a WB plant. I'm doing all that. That's right. I'm still WBD Plant, even though I live further away now from LA, and I have a roommate now. Oh yeah, that money is just rolling in, guys. But the next day, like literally, I think it was the next day, Dungeons and Dragons live action series in the works at Netflix. That's not what I meant. It's not what I meant, Netflix. That's not what I meant. What are we doing? No. Is it going to be the same people? Are we bringing back the old group? No, probably not. It's going to be an entirely different thing. But I was like, that's not what I meant, Netflix. Not what I meant. Damn it. So, hey, close enough, I guess. But what can you do? So there you go. Ooh, and then of course, you know what? You know what's great? There is no embargo. There is no social media embargo when it comes to Mickey 17, which is probably my second most anticipated movie of 2025. Mickey 17 got the London premiere, and people were posting after they saw Mickey 17. This is like a month before any of us get to see it. Positive reactions. Yeah, there's some negatives. Like it's already got a Rotten Tomato score. So, but for the majority, what I've been seeing is people are really enjoying how crazy this movie is. I can't wait. I mean, I like Mr. Jun-ho. I mean, Snowpiercer, Parasite. Yeah, didn't he do The Host too, or is that somebody else? Sorry, but yeah, I'm just very much looking forward to it. Check this out, guys. Last week, had a nice little rainstorm for about 3 days because, Canada is like going, hey, we're not going to be the 51st state. How about you take some of our fucking cold, in that fucking vortex. Just send that vortex, that Arctic vortex down to us. And luckily, being in Southern California, we didn't really get it at first, because if you looked at the weather map, it was kind of like, woo, Southern California was in the clear. But last week, like Wednesday to Friday, we started getting some of that. It started getting cold and it started getting damp. So we had a little rainstorm. And when I was heading to meet up with my dad, my brother, and my nephew to go see Captain America: Brave New World, I got stuck in a certain way that I get to where they are. And I had no idea because I'd never, of course, been stuck because there was traffic, because apparently something happened with the road where it like sunk in or something like that. And so I was stuck. There was some traffic. It was raining. I look over to my left, and this is what I see. Kent Farm. The Kent Farm. I'm like, what the F? So I took a picture of the gate right there. That's right, guys, the Kent Farm. And obviously you could see that it was raining with all the drops on my window. There's the Kent Farm. Now, I'm not going to say exactly where it's at, but, it was just on this. I was like, what the hell? This whole time, I never knew that was right there. The Kent Farm. I was like, wow. So I had to take a picture because I was like right there. So I took a picture. And then, sadly, guys, when I took that picture, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then as I started moving, I didn't realize, damn it, I wish I would have got a picture, but the traffic started moving. They have a Superman statue. It was like right to the right of it, of that picture right there, right to the right. They have Superman standing there with a cape that flows in the wind. I was like, shit. I should have, I didn't see it till I started moving, or else I would have snapped a picture of it. But they had a Superman statue standing like this, and the cape flowing in the wind. I was like, damn it. So they're leaning right into that whole thing. So good on them. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. But yeah, I wish I would have caught that. But sadly I didn't. Netflix CCO, what is his name? Bella Beria? This guy is just totally clueless. But then again, he is a CCO, and of course he has to back up whatever Netflix does. You know, he's got to make it seem like Netflix is just the future and nobody cares about movie theater. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Netflix CCO Bella Baria says that Oppenheimer would basically still have had the same cultural impact if it was on Netflix. It was a Netflix exclusive. We would have done an amazing qualifying theatrical run. So many people obviously would have watched it. Yeah, okay, but not as many people. Okay, more people would have watched it at home. But the fact that Oppenheimer had a really good theatrical run that got it over $1 billion and got re-released, I think, and also brought in more people. Yeah, you're out of touch there, buddy. I get it. You're trying to sell your little streaming service, which I enjoy. Don't worry. I watch it. I'm subscribed for now. But at the same time, it's like, no, it wouldn't have made the money that it did make. Ugh. It would not have made $1 billion. That's the thing. It would have not have made that money. Yeah, it would have been out for like what, a week and a half? 2 weeks? Shut up. Get out of here. This fucking guy over here. So between that and how the movie business is nowadays, oh man. We got Maya Hawke right here. I'm sure you guys saw this. This is from the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, Josh Horowitz. She talks about how things are nowadays when it comes to casting for movies. And it, well, kind of sucks.
I don't care about Instagram. Instagram sucks. Right, but just so you know, if you have over this many followers, you can get the movie funded. Well, I want to make the movie, so it's a really confusing line to walk. And I've talked to so many smart directors who tell me that they get I'm talking to them about how I'm gonna delete my Instagram, and they're like, just so you know, when I'm casting a movie with some producers, they hand me a sheet with the amount of collective followers I have to get of the cast that I cast. So if you delete your Instagram and I lose those followers, understand that these are the kinds of people that I need to cast around you. So and so it's confusing, and I find I'm thinking out loud with you right now. I think this will be a lifelong question for me.
It's confusing. Good thing she's on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. Okay. Yeah. So that's the state of the movie business right now. It's the fact that when they're casting, they're looking at followers. They're looking at followers on Instagram. I mean, I'm sure they're probably looking at Twitter and Facebook. They're probably looking at all of them. TikTok. That's just the state that we're in right now. And it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. In a way, yes, I get it. It makes sense. This is modern day. It's 2025. It's all social media. I mean, that's the thing. But at the same time, it's like, it just ruins the art. It ruins the art. It squashes the art because it should be just about the performance. It should be about the audition. Who do you want for this character? Who do you want to play this character? That's what it should be about. It shouldn't be about this. And it's so funny, too, because, again, these are just guys in suits in their fucking offices, with their slick back hair, and they pour their scotch. They're getting drunk at, 10:30 in the morning, making business decisions, telling artists what to do. Still. And they're looking at the analytics of oh yeah, if we cast this person, they have this many followers, this and then this. And it's funny too, because her dad, Ethan Hawke, also chimed in and was like, what the fuck? It's, he's had so many different interviews where he's talked about the state of the movie industry right now, where he's just basically yeah, it's stupid. And then, if you're going to just think about the money, if you're going to think about this, it's all just absolutely ridiculous. It's just, ugh. But,
I don't care.
That's just where everything is right now. It's just fucking crazy, man. And then speaking of the Odyssey, we got Maya Goth. Maya Goth has been added to the Odyssey. I mean, look at that. Look at that cast right there. Also starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Matt Damon, John Bernthal, Benny Safdie, Sabdai, Charlize Theron, Lupita Nyong'o, John Leguizamo, Elliot Page, and Robert Pattinson. So she's part of it too. That's pretty sweet. It was kind of funny because it was reported, like somebody scooped it, said that she was in talks, and then there was another report that said the talks are over, she's not going to take it. And then all of a sudden she officially makes it. It's like, yeah, are you going to pass up? You got to pass up a Christopher Nolan movie? And then, of course, Mr. Corey Hawkins, he also has joined. So he's been kind of like a rising star ever since Straight Outta Compton. And I still haven't watched that vampire movie yet. I got to watch that. But he's also joined as well. So just adding to the cast right there. Just a stacked cast. So good on him. But you know what movie I don't give a shit about? A sequel that I'm like, why? We keep hearing that this sequel is going to happen. Like every fucking 7 months, we hear that this movie's going to happen. And I'm just like going, I just don't care. That's the Goonies too. Why? Yeah, it's going to be produced by Steven Spielberg. Okay. Warner Brothers has hired Patsy Pancarali from Pancarali, I don't know. Sounds very Italian. To write the script for the sequel almost 40 years after the original movie hit theaters in 1985. Almost 40 years? We're basically 40 years. Come on. Does anybody out there really care? Now, Brolin didn't quit acting. Indiana Jake. I didn't hear about that. I don't think he quit acting. Nah. I don't think he quit acting. Nah, he wouldn't quit acting. But I'm one of those guys, I get it. The Goonies is classic. It's 80s classic. It's one of those movies where it's like, yeah, kids going on an adventure, and I get it. For some reason, growing up, when it came to even the 80s into the 90s, the Goonies wasn't in my rotation. I just never resonated with it. I don't know what it was. For me, I would rather watch The Lost Boys when it came to some of the similar child actors and stuff like that at a similar time. I like The Lost Boys more than I like the Goonies. It was about Back to the Future and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and stuff I don't know. The Goonies, I get it. I totally get it, and it's not a bad movie. So, it's a fun movie, but it wasn't one of those that it was in heavy rotation when it came to me watching movies as a kid, It just wasn't one of those movies for me. But I don't even see how, all right, if they're going to do everybody's going to come back, I don't know. Who knows? They say that. Everybody showed up when, what's his name, got the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, so. I don't even want to. We're skipping that. Yeah, we're skipping that. I don't even want to talk about that. And it's just something that, celebrities and their money that they fucking waste. That's all. Don't need to go off on that. Oh, yeah, guys. And I don't know if anybody watched The Gorge, but I watched The Gorge over the weekend before my last night. So the last movie that I watched in my apartment on Sunday, I watched The Gorge on Apple TV, and I enjoyed it. Now, it gets weird as fuck, but the build-up to it is really good. Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy did a really good job, and I thought it was I think the mysteriousness of The Gorge and the fact that they're communicating and there was this love story attached to it, I thought it was that part was done very well. But then, of course, they were like, well, we have to see what's in the Gorge. And then when you see it, you're like, oh, okay, it's all this and it's that. And it's like, okay, cool. It gets just crazy and weird and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, where else is this going to go? So it's actually a really good movie. Good sci-fi movie, good love story. Check it out if you haven't already. Check it out. All right, what else we got here? Let's see, we got stuff. Hey, you guys want to see a vintage comic book cover of Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice? Well, we got Jose Luis Ruben right here. Look at that. Look at that. That's pretty sweet. So we got that epic shot, that awesome shot of the three of them, fire behind them. And we got the vintage everything right there. Is she with you? I thought she was with you. So that is pretty sweet. Love that. Sweet stuff. And then, of course, you know, you need a little update when it comes to Dune Messiah. Oops. Pre-production this summer, filming is starting, so we're getting that thing. Do they have a release date yet? Did they release a release date? Is it coming out? It's not coming out next year, I don't imagine. Probably 2027, right? Yeah, they said 2027. So, but yeah, Dune Messiah looks like it's in heavy pre-production right there. They ain't holding back. They ain't holding back. And then, guys, okay. Oh boy. So like I said, you know, we're renting this house, you know, from, you know, essentially family, brother, you know, family-esque, nephew family for sure. So I told you guys that. I told you we're renting from that. So this was kind of funny because they've garage. I was in the garage and I was going, oh, okay, just kind of looking around like, I should probably move some things. I decided to look up. And I'm like, what the hell is that? I get a little closer and I'm like, what the fuck? This is what I saw. There's a Bible. There's a Bible just chilling up there. Just sitting up there like, yeah, that's right. Somebody just put a Bible up there. So there's currently a Bible just chilling up on a piece of plywood in the garage. And I was like, what the fuck? And I told my brother, and he's oh, yeah, I saw that. I was like, what? And I was like, I don't think we should move it. Okay? So far, I mean, we spent what? Monday night, Tuesday night, so 2 nights. Been here 2 nights. Hasn't been any freaky things happening. I'm going to go ahead and leave that be. I don't want to move that, and then all of a sudden you guys read that Film Junkee, Dave the Film Junkee, ends up missing. You know? I don't want to risk that. I don't want to have a horror movie end up happening by moving that Bible. I mean, my God. I was like, Jesus. I'm like, hey, somebody put it there. Oh, let's just leave it there. It's not in the way. Let's just leave it right there. God knows. Literally. Probably should maybe be there. I'm not going to move it though, guys. But I was like, I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. There's just a Bible chilling up there like that. Yeah. I'm not going to move that shit. That's for damn sure. Oh, man. And we're so close. We're speaking of the devil. We're so close. We're so close to Daredevil Born Again. And we got a new clip right here. I don't know if you guys saw this, but, you know, a little extension from what we saw in the trailer.
I don't make it to Hell's Kitchen much these days.
Neither do I. By the look of it, you've come up in the world.
I could say the same about you.
Hey! Thank you.
Yeah. Popular.
You're a real man of the people now.
A rich man, by his very nature, is self-serving. A mayor serves his city.
Huh.
You don't seem entirely convinced.
Can you blame me? Considering you've tried to kill me a few times over the years.
Oh, that's a good scene right there. Come on. Yeah. Cannot wait. That's looking just freaking excellent right there. Freaking excellent. And then, yes, guys, we have a Street Fighter movie that's going to be coming out. Well, they better get on it. But, yeah, it's going to be coming out on March 20th of next year. And, well, we got a director, Katayo Sakare, I'm probably saying that wrong, as I pronounce things wrong all the time, is set to direct the Street Fighter movie. Now, just judging by his name, let's look him up a little bit here, because I'm curious. You know, I played Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter. I mean, Street Fighter 2 was just that game. That and Mortal Kombat. But then I started getting more addicted to Mortal Kombat after all that. So, but let's see. What's his name again? I want to see like his, his IMDb. Here, I'll just go ahead and copy and paste. That's easy, right? All right. He did The Passage, and it shows quickly right here. He seems like a young director. It's The Passage. Oh, he did. Oh, okay. I thought he did okay. Bad Trip. Twisted Metal. Okay. So he's directed some episodes of Twisted Metal. I haven't watched that yet, but I've heard good things. The Passage. Yeah, he hasn't really done much. But there's your director of Street Fighter right there. So. All right. Hopefully they could do something with that. And then we got Will Smith. That's right, guys. We got Will Smith, who he's trying to get back on the good graces of everybody. And he showed up on XQC. He's a Twitch streamer guy. And it seems like the new trend, I mean, again, it's all new media. It's all new media now. I mean, let's face it, when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to podcasts, when it comes to Twitch, that is basically the media that you want to get on if you're trying to promote something or trying to do something. I don't know. It's just the new media, essentially. So Will Smith showed up on this dude's Twitch stream, and he actually talked about, first off, he said that, yes, that I Am Legend 2 is moving forward with Michael B. Jordan. That is very much moving forward. And then he also said Hancock 2 is in the works, and they plan to approach Zendaya for a role. All right. So Hancock 2, I Am Legend 2. Would not be surprised if they start going like, hey, can we do a Men in Black 4? Men in Black 5? That's right. International was 4, technically. Yeah. Even though that movie sucked. But there we go. So if anybody was wondering what's happening with Will Smith, that's what's happening. Absolutely what's happening. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. Yeah, Severance is like Apple's like #1 fucking series right now. Severance is excellent. I'm keeping up on Severance. Severance is pretty damn good. So, anyways, all right. So there we go. Let's go ahead, and we got plenty of DCU news right here. My God, we got so many pieces of DCU news. We're going to start off with this, of course, because, well, I know, like, some people, you know, obviously, you DCU fans will be excited for it. Some people will be like, really? I don't care. You know, it's perfectly fine. That's just the way it is. But the first thing that we'll talk about is Creature Commandos Season 2 gets exciting fast-track update amid release wait exclusive. This is from the direct right here. A writer on Creature Commandos gave viewers a small hint at when Season 2 might be released after a long wait. Creature Commandos, of course, behind the scenes, broke ground, blah, blah, blah. Only weeks after Season 1 began airing, Max officially renewed Creature Commandos' second season, eventually setting up an epic story to come. So we said right here, yeah, I mean, it's still early days, but we are actively working on breaking the season and starting to figure that out. So it's definitely moving forward. I mean, it's like they put it on a fast track and they seem to mean it. So yeah, we're in it. Fast track. Hopefully that won't, you know, hopefully they could still come up with some good stories right there, because Creature Commandos, I mean, for me, for somebody who was thought like, I don't really care, I rather enjoyed it. They just better bring, you know who they should bring back, for sure. But it ended up being better than I thought it was going to be. And, you know, put some things in place and everything like that. So, very much looking forward to it. Very much, I mean, I enjoyed it. Give it a chance. But I get it. Some people don't want to give it a chance. It's fine. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. But, yeah. But then we got the Clayface movie. The Clayface movie. So, The Hollywood Reporter posted this right here, and I'm just going to reference DC Film News right here. That, well, I mean, it's so funny. Okay, so the Clayface movie, okay? Clayface movie, some people are like, who wanted this? Nobody wanted. I hate it when people say that. Stop saying that. I'm just kind of going like, hey, if we're going to lean into more of the rogues gallery of Batman, by all means, I'm all for that because I'm a Batman fan, come on. And the Clayface story that was told, obviously that we know about, obviously there's two different versions of the Clayface story. You got the Silver Age Clayface, which was different than the modern day Clayface, but this is what it's described right here. Clayface is described as a Hollywood horror story that follows a B-movie actor who injects himself with a substance to keep himself relevant. James Watkins is expected to meet with DC Studios. J.A. Bayona was eyed to direct, and Jeff Wadlow was never in the mix. J.A.? What? That's the guy who did Fallen Kingdom, which arguably might have been the best of the Jurassic World movies. I might be on that boat. The boat that, went away from the island and we saw the Brontosaurus burn. That was sad. No, but, so yeah. So you got that. And what's funny is, of course, you're going to get like people like Derail Gaming right here. You're going to get somebody like Derail Gaming right here that says, so the substance. Yeah, the substance. Or the origin story that was showed in 1991, Feet of Clay, might also be similar to that. They did it first. Come on. Let's not do that, folks. Let's not do that. If you watch The Feet of Clay, Part 1 and Part 2, the creation of Clayface, it follows that. Now, he didn't inject it. It was clay that he put on his face because he was deformed to keep relevance. And then he got a heavy dosage of it from Mr. Daggett and Daggett's goons. And then he turned into Clayface. So, yeah, the substance, but mainly the story they created in 1991 about Clayface. If you guys want to shit on Mike Flanagan, by all means, go for it. If you hate Gunn that much, or you want to shit on the other people, by all means, do so. Do so. That's all. That's why when I see that, I'm like, Jesus Christ, you guys don't remember anything from Batman the Animated Series? When they reinvented Clayface, they put a new story, so yeah. It's the substance was, yeah, that sounds like the substance, but again, that's what that came up with. And it's Mike Flanagan. Like I said, if you want to shit on it, by all means. Mike Flanagan, yeah, that guy is terrible. What a hack. Anyways, so here's the thing that came out over the weekend when it came to NBA, when it came to marketing for Superman, that I'm sure all you guys saw, and some people liked it, some people didn't, of course. But yes, we have the Superman promo that showed up during the NBA All-Star game that featured Shaq and two other individuals.
Bus too small, boots will never fit, and the bill not that thin anymore. I thought I sent in my sizes.
Oh, business and basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal. What are you doing here?
I'm just meeting with the director, James Gunn. I'm gonna be in this new Superman movie. Ain't that right, James?
Oh my God, I'm so glad you guys connected. It's not every day you get to meet the OG superhero. David, I want you to meet my buddy Shaq. Shaq, I want you to meet Superman. You see the resemblance?
Suit doesn't fit anyway.
Oh, Shaq, don't be like, what are you doing,
Very
dude?
true.
Come on, man.
Should have chose me, Mr. Gunn.
Dude, don't be like that, Shaq.
He would look great in the suit.
Come on, I didn't even tell you about the cool cameo I offered Barkley.
Barkley. Dun, 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 dun.
So there you go. There's the promo right there. And let's see. They also did...
It's 101, take one.
They did a bit. And then James Gunn posted the outtakes.
This 101, take one.
What are you doing here?
You are? You must be a new intern.
Right, reset.
I got somebody for you. Her name is Little Debbie. Wait till you meet her. Beautiful. He's married. Leave him alone.
Let's go, reset. We start. Yep, set, and action.
James shows up and get that direction on. Drew Gunn, got it. You need to come more often, Mr. James.
That's Mr. Direction, James.
You're going to direct a director. Give him some direction.
It is really cool, huh? I didn't know that. Oh, I want you to meet me. Reset, superhero. Reset. Me.
Not so easy, is it, James?
Did you get a focus on that tightness?
Yeah.
We were all focused on that.
That was
Don't
the whole
worry.
shot.
I come a long way since Kazam, sir.
You have. I often say Kazam, Godfather 2, and Citizen Kane. Those are the three.
Dun, dun, dun.
That could work.
I can still lead buildings off of tall bounds. I can still lead bounds off of tall. You can put it together faster for me in editing.
He's good. We should get him.
Tired of holding my stomach in anyway.
It is a lot of work having to hold your stomach in all the time.
Tell me about it.
Did you get a lot of flack in school?
Yeah. A lot of corn syrup, corn swaggle.
It's better than
Poor guy.
Shaquilt. I'd have been your bodyguard in high school. Anybody f*** corn sweat? You up at 3 o'clock.
Sorry.
So they had fun. And yes, the very question, why is James Gunn always in the promos? What the F? What the fuck? Because, sorry guys, sorry to break it to some of you guys, James Gunn is a name. He's a brand. You guys probably wouldn't be complaining if Zack Snyder was in a lot of these promos, right? I certainly wouldn't. Just like you wouldn't either. And Zack has done stuff like that too. James Gunn is a name, okay? He is a brand. You have to accept that. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like him, obviously. David Cornsweat, not a name. Not quite a name. Maybe he will be. Yes, could be. But James Gunn is the name, okay? Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a huge, that whole trilogy was a huge hit. James Gunn is a name. That's all. That's the thing. Now, is he a goober and can he act? Not really. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. He could have gotten some better lines, for sure. But that's just the way it is right there. So, yeah, he's going to be part of that whole thing. That's the thing. He is the name that's on there, okay? I mean, that's what happens when directors do that. I mean, I said, like, remember when we found out the Snyder Cut was coming out and it was called Zack Snyder's Justice League? I was like, Zack should put his name in front of all his future movies. Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. I was like, he's a brand now. He's a recognizable name. Fucking flaunt that shit. John Carpenter does that. Tarantino, we got people that do that. If Tarantino is like producing something, he puts his fucking name on it. Why not? So it's just one of those things. Yeah. Just because you don't like the guy doesn't mean that, it doesn't make sense. Just saying. All right. And then let's see here. So we had that. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about when it came to that suit. All right. Where did I put it? Let me pull up the comparisons. Because obviously when that suit came out, there's a lot of comparisons. So when it comes to that suit, there's a lot of comparisons. And I was like, you know what? It's kind of interesting. Something hit me when it came to that. Because, the suit, while displayed, doesn't look all that great. Yeah, sure. Doesn't look all that great. Even the mannequin they put it on, it's just kind of like slumped over, kind of whatever. The belt looks a little too high. Everything is just kind of like blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right. But I just go back to what James Gunn said and go back to what I even thought too when it came to, all right, if you're going to give me a new Superman movie, try to give me something fresh. Give us something fresh. A fresh take, something different. And one of the things he specifically said was like, I don't want to have a muscle suit where you have fake abs built in the suit. That's exactly what that is. Sure, 100%. And I was like, okay, yeah, fits the world, fits everything and everything like that. Now, of course, you compare it to this suit right here, and it's like, oh, I mean, that is definitive Superman suit. That is sexy, sleek, and holy shit. But of course, that is Kryptonian. That fit with Snyder's story, and that's what that looked like. And I said on Twitter, I was like, heavy metal versus alternative rock. That's what I said. And a lot of people agreed. The tweet actually got a lot of traction. Some people thought I was shitting on the new Superman suit, and some people thought I was, I don't know. There's a lot of things. I didn't respond to really anything. But I was like, yeah, the Henry Cavill Superman suit, to me, was like, it's metal. Heavy metal. That means tank tops and tight pants, and guys just, your Metallicas, your Slayer, your Anthrax. And then the new Superman suit kind of gave me the vibe of, Kurt Cobain, flannel, kind of just like, baggy clothing. That's that's just my thought process of that. I was like, you know what, it kind of gives me that, and the thing that I respect about it, it's like, yeah, obviously the Cavill suit is just, it's a work of art. This one I'm just kind of going like, okay, he said he didn't want to do that, and I'm glad he's not doing that and emulating that and giving another muscle suit that has another 10-pack going down right here and seeing every crease and crevice. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm down with that. I'm cool with that. So that's why I posted that, and I thought, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Hey, what's going on, Shamagic? Thank you for the $5 super chat. What's happening? I think the Superman suit in Superman and Lois HBO Max looks better than the change. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I would say that Tyler Hoechlin got a couple of different redesigns. And I think when it got to the last season, that is the best suit. Even though I like the Fleischer suit. I do like the Fleischer suit. I'm not gonna shit on that. I thought that worked. Would it have worked through the whole season? Nah. But I thought when they did that flashback, and in that moment, it worked. I thought it worked. But again, thank you, Shamagic. Thank you for the super chat right there. And then now, we have David Cornsweat talking about, let's see, where was he talking this about? Let me make sure I want to give proper credit. He talked to GQ Italia. GQ Italia. So we got David Cornsweat, of course, doing like a photo shoot, looking all like, with the cologne and looking all, hey, dressed in all black, trying to look all sexy and stuff like that. This is what he had to say about playing Superman. Playing Superman was the most challenging role of my career for its scope and physical demands. He confessed to us also because it is a character who is both a superhero and an ordinary man. Two sides of the same person, the dichotomy dictated by circumstances, the environment, and the secret. When asked what it was like to work on such a highly anticipated film, how he handled the pressure, and how he faces the expectations of the public, the answer is that of a professional with a capital P. I focus on doing my best for the director, the crew, and my colleagues who have worked at the top of their abilities for months or years. If I do well for them, I think I've done everything possible. What a scumbag. Jeez, right? What a hack. No. Good on him, man. Come on. Good on him. Good on him. Yeah. That's perfectly reasonable answer. I mean, obviously he's not going to please everybody. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I mean, I saw so many people shitting on Cavill and shitting on Cornsweat on their looks in general in the past few days. It's, again, when you see like grown men commenting about another grown man's looks, I'm like, what are you guys doing here? What are we doing? But I saw so many people shitting on both of them. I'm like, my God. And I'm just like, oh yeah, but you don't have your profile picture in your Twitter handle, so God knows what's hiding behind there. But anyways, I'm just gonna say that they both are very good-looking dudes, and yeah, that's about it. So yeah, so we're good. Yeah, poor David. He's got to be, getting Superman. Poor guy. But yeah, so so he was doing that, and yeah, of course we had that, and let's see, what else do we have? There, like I said, there was a lot of things. Obviously, it's been a week. Oh yeah, we got Robert Pattinson too. All right, well, let's do some Batman talk, and then we'll do some Lanterns talk. Let's see. First off, let me find the Robert Pattinson. I even posted the actual video because it seems like the video. Where's that video? Because obviously at the Mickey 17. Okay, I gotta go down. But Robert Pattinson, of course, naturally, when it came to the London premiere of Mickey 17, he talked about it too. And that was another one too. I remember defending Robert Pattinson from people. He's like, he's not big enough. He's not muscular enough. And then of course they compare him to Batfleck, and I'm just like, all right, whatever, dude, floats your boat, man. There it is right there. It's just funny. Again, I'm like, why am I arguing with dudes about another dude's physique? But anyways, Robert Pattinson got asked about the Batman Part 2, and he got us a little excited because finally we have a little something here.
When are we seeing Batman? Here in 2026. Are you doing more shooting on it or what?
We haven't shot it yet.
Oh, you haven't shot it? When do you start shooting it?
Well, Jesus Christ.
Okay, I see. I thought
I
thought you shot some stuff and it was interrupted. No?
No. That was the first one.
God.
I know. Everything feels so long ago because COVID just erased 3 years.
It's right at the end of the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
End of the year.
The storyline?
Not yet. But it's cool though. It's cool.
Did he say the storyline is cool? Cool? You know what that means, right? Cool party. Everybody chill. Does that mean did he just give away that Mr. Freeze is definitely going to be the villain? Did he just give a subtle little hint? So Robert Pattinson knows the story. He knows the story, and apparently, yeah, it's going to be now filming at the end of the year. Which makes sense because I don't want... See, one thing that bugs the shit out of me when it comes to Dark Knight Rises... First off, you could just kind of tell that Christopher Nolan probably didn't really want to do it. Secondly, the movie was supposed to take place during winter. Obviously, you have snow and all this stuff. But they shot it in Chicago in the month of July. And somebody like Christopher Nolan, he has an attention for detail. And it was just like, when I watched that movie and I'm like going, yeah, they're fighting in the snow, but there's no cold breath. You don't feel the atmosphere. So it does make sense now that if it's obviously going to be taking place during winter time, it's like, no, we're not going to shoot spring into summer where we have to have fake snow and the atmosphere is just not there. Wait till the end of the year when it gets cold again and stuff like that. I know. But at the same time, it's like, Jesus Christ, we're waiting forever for this damn movie. But it's not going to be July. Not going to be July. It'll be in the end of the year, he said. So that's good, at least. So we have that. And then speaking of Batman, we got Brandon Sklenar right here. Of course, he's been fan cast like crazy. He's kind of been my fan cast. I mean, I haven't really seen him in much, just clips of things. But I'm like, he's got the look, he's got the voice, he's got the body to be the DCU Batman. I mean, obviously, I don't even know his age, but I know he's in his 30s already. But he could still be that older. I mean, he doesn't look like he doesn't look like a novice Batman. But he was talking to the Playlist News, and he commented about being fan cast as Batman. I've seen a bunch of fan casting for this Batman thing. That's very interesting to me. I love Batman. That would be a dream for sure, but we'll see what happens. I'm built for it. He's definitely built for it if you've seen him with his shirt off. Jesus Christ. My God. Dude's he doesn't really need a... I mean, you guys, going back to, nerd boys talking about the thickness of a muscular body of a superhero actor. Jesus Christ, that guy, he fits it already. He wouldn't have to do like months of training and possibly, you know, take some of that sauce to get to where he's at. But yeah, that's kind of cool that he's obviously acknowledging it, and you know, we'll see what happens. He might not. I mean, obviously he's kind of caught up in the whole Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds drama and the Berdoni drama, but Berloni? Yeah. We'll talk about that. Okay, hold on. Now we're going to move over to Lanterns, and this is not going to be much right here, but we basically get a look at what Jon Stewart's going to look like, what Aaron Pierre is going to look like in Lanterns. And some people, you know, we were kind of wondering, is he going to have facial hair, no facial hair? What's the hair going to look like? What's happening? Because we know it's in production right now, and, well, there you go. Clean shaven, and he's got a pretty good little fade going on right here. And then, of course, was asked.
And then tell us a little bit about what you have coming up, what projects you're working on next, what is exciting you right now when it comes to work.
Right now, I'm locked in and focused on a very beautiful project, a project that's very dear to my heart. It's Lanterns, and I'll be portraying the beautiful character of Jon Stewart, who I love very dearly, and I'm going to do all in my power to bring him to life in a way that resonates with the people and celebrates that character.
Awesome. And then last question is, I've been asking everybody, if you could sum up Black culture in one word, what would it be for you?
I think it's impossible to sum up such a beautiful culture in one word, but one of the words I would use is abundant.
Yeah, all right. So there you go. Clean shaven Jon Stewart. That's what he's going to be looking like right there. He's got a great voice. Yeah, those eyes, too, are just like, there's something about those eyes. But yeah, if you want to get a sense of what he was going to be looking like, that looks like it's going to be it right there. I mean, now in the future, he might, you know, end up growing like a little mustache goatee thing. Who knows? Yeah, that was an awkward question, wasn't it? But, you know, they had to ask it, I guess. But, yeah, so if you wanted some little lantern crumbs, there you go. And then finally, we got, you know, obviously, let's see, the last thing when it comes to DC stuff. Let me find the actual quote here. All right. Yeah, we got this right here. Constantine 2. Now, is Constantine 2 going to happen? Who knows? It just seems like anytime we get an update, it's like, we're getting closer. And of course, we have Francis Lawrence right here that, well, he's saying that there's something going on here. Constantine 2 director Francis Lawrence reveals sequel is closer than ever. So he's saying that. He says, right here, I will say we are closer than ever to being able to do a sequel, which is a great thing. And Akiva, Keanu, and I are super, super excited about it. All right. Well, I mean, I'm not going to believe it until the cameras start rolling. Until, you know, the cameras are hot, the mics are hot, everything's hot. That's when I'm like, come on. I'm hoping it does. It could be kind of cool. Could be kind of something like, hey, it's an Elseworld story. This is like this, doing a follow-up, seeing where, you know, after what happened in the first Constantine, why not have this? You know, we'll see what happens, you know. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, sometimes it's just like, Jesus Christ, what is going on here? My God. And then we got the exclusive. Oh, I don't have the drop ready. Do I have the drop ready? Do I have that? Exclusiva! Not my exclusive. This is This was actually Nexus Point News, and then of course it went everywhere. And Sergeant Rock with of course Luca. I can't say his last name, not even going to try. But we knew that Sergeant Rock was going to be happening, and Daniel Craig apparently was going to be starring as Sergeant Rock. Daniel Craig is no longer attached to Luca's Sergeant Rock. So that is not happening now. Nope. Sergeant Rock, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. Exclusiva! No, let's not have that again. That scared me. And then according to Deadline, when they added more to it, there was speculation that one of the reasons why that Daniel Craig decided not to do it because he didn't want to exactly work with Luca again because he did that queer movie. That really didn't go anywhere. I think they were doing like a real push of like, hey, let's try to get this movie out there. I think people are going to want to go see it. Award season's coming out. And it kind of fell flat. So there was like speculation when it came to that. I don't know. Who knows? But what's interesting about this, what's interesting about who they actually who they're looking at, who's rumored that they're going to be looking at when it comes to this, Jeremy Allen White. That's right. Now, Jeremy Allen White is way younger. And I'm kind of going like, huh? Jeremy Allen White. Now they're looking at him to possibly play Sergeant Rock. So that's very interesting right there. I'm like, really? Okay. Really? Jeremy Allen White now, and so they're like, okay, so what's the story here that Luca is wanting to tell? And the age range basically being from 30 to 50. So it's like, okay, so that could, I don't know, it's very interesting. It's got me curious about it, that's for damn sure. It's got me definitely curious for sure. Yeah, Daniel Craig would have been a pretty good Constantine. Yeah, he fit the mold. Daniel Craig heard James Gunn was attached, and he went like, yeah, no, yeah, of course. Yeah, he had, who cares about, Luca and everybody else there, Lane, right? Daniel Craig's got that James Gunn derangement syndrome you got. Yeah, I mean, who knows what happens. But, of course, like, the initial thing is scheduling conflicts. And then you hear rumors about, like, oh, he got kind of soured about the whole, what happened with the queer movie and stuff like that. I don't know. You hear things, and it's like, who knows what is actually true. But, we'll see what happens. But I think that's pretty much it when it comes to DC news right there. So, yeah, good times. Pretty good. But, yeah, let's move on to, like I said, this is why I'm not going to do a members-only stream and not doing DC Fanimated. Also, I knew I was going to be covering a lot on this stream tonight. So, all right. Now let's talk about Christopher Nolan and the Odyssey. And we got our first official image. Now, I don't even know if I could show this, but apparently maybe I can. I don't know. It's so very weird. So, obviously we know it's filming right now. Obviously we know that Matt Damon is going to be a part of it. We know that he's starring in it. Tom Holland's going to be also starring in it. And then, of course, it's got a stacked cast, and it just keeps on... We keep on hearing another name that just like shows up that's going to be a part of the cast right here. And it's going to be something special. It's going to be Christopher Nolan's most expensive movie. It's going to be interesting how he tells this story that a lot of people know about. So, where is it at right here? So let's see. Let me find it here. I think I might have clicked off on it. I'm sure you guys saw this. Where is it? Oh yeah, there was that. So. Okay, so there's the official image of Matt Damon, right there. Okay, looks cool. All right, fine. Of course, people who are like diehard historians were ripping that apart. Oh, it shouldn't look like that, and blah 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 blah, whatever. The official Odyssey movie that Universal has on Twitter. They literally removed the image. This image has been removed in response to a report from the copyright owner. Universal copyrighted themselves. What? Now, being that I'm a YouTuber that... watches trailers, watches clips, and, when it comes to copyright, it can be a pain in the ass. I don't understand why these studios want to just always copyright your shit. I mean, they don't go as far as, like, taking it down, but they, you basically get demonetized, like, for trailer reactions and whatever. And Universal is terrible at this. Warner Brothers, pretty terrible, too. Disney and Marvel Studios, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They're like, yep, that's free press. They know. I don't know why other studios haven't adapted that mindset. Who knows? But Universal has always been really bad, which they will go far to block your video in other territories and do all this stuff. So they just did that. And apparently, from things that I've heard as well, is the fact that Christopher Nolan didn't give the go-ahead to release that image. So he wasn't happy about it, and I guess something happened with that. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. You release that, it goes viral, people are excited, it's a Christopher Nolan film, it's the Odyssey, and it's like, okay, sweet. But then that happens. But it's just hilarious because every movie YouTuber out there was like, this is Universal. They go copyright crazy worse than all the other studios. They are worse because, the other studios might just be like, yeah, we're just going to take the money you make off of it. Universal will block your shit. They'll go after you. And they went after themselves. They literally bit their own tail. It's ridiculous. Crazy. That was funny. So every movie YouTuber had a laugh. Every movie YouTuber had a laugh. Good for Matt Damon. Hope he regenerates his career. Dude ain't had a hit since The Martian. He's been in things here and there. I don't think, I think his career has been fine. He just hasn't had, maybe he hasn't had like he had that Bourne sequel too. But, he's all right. He's doing. No, actually, he was in the Air movie. He was in the Jordan movie. That was a hit. That was a pretty good one. It wasn't like a huge hit, but hey, what can you do? Anyways, moving along. Captain America: Brave New World. Now we're Wednesday. Didn't have a show on Monday, so obviously didn't talk about the box office. And when it came to the weekend, it didn't bomb. It didn't bomb in its opening weekend. And, I guess you could say it almost overperformed because a lot of people thought it was going to underperform. So it actually did fairly decent, I guess. You could put it like that. You could sugarcoat it or whatnot. I don't know. But, you guys heard my reactions. You heard my little spiels about it. You heard our discussion on it when it came to the vodka stream and everything. So, but, yeah, currently, let's see, where are we at right here? Well, I guess you could say, like, when it came to the weekend, 88.8, and Paddington Peru came in second, $12.8 million when it came to that. So right now, Captain America: Brave New World sits worldwide at $204.6 million. Not too shabby. It's not that bad going into its second week. But that's what we're really going to be paying attention to because that's just the way it is nowadays, is we're going to start looking at, what's the second week drop off? What's it going to get that second week? And then, of course, it's like, where does it reach to? Does it end up succeeding 400 million? Does it get to $500 million? Most likely not. I don't think it's going to. It just seems like with everything that, when it comes to the discourse about it, and people just arguing about it, you guys have heard my take. I just think, Marvel Studios had no idea what they wanted to do with this movie. And you shoo in all these Hulk villains, and you're like, okay, but we can't have the Hulk. We're gonna have, different. To me, it wasn't. I was like, all right, I don't see myself watching this movie again. I really don't see myself going, yeah, I can't wait till I can watch Captain America: Brave New World again. I can't wait, guys. Man, when is that coming out on Disney Plus? No, I don't really have a desire to see it again. Like I went in with low expectations and came out disappointed. That's what was weird about it. But other people didn't, which is fine. But there was this article that did come out. Oh, I don't know if we can actually talk about it. Yeah, that's right. It is hiding behind a paywall, so I don't think we can actually read about it. But there was an article that did come out, and I forgot that Vulture, of course, hid it behind a paywall. But there was an article that came out where they were talking about like some disgruntled fucking, crew member or something like that. And again, you can take it with a grain of salt. Who knows it was actually the case. But from what he said, it's just things that we've heard in the past. And that's why I keep on saying that. It's like, Marvel Studios being one of the biggest studios in the world, they you can't, and maybe that's why they're putting out, sometimes they just put out an inferior product, is because people are waiting for that next product, and then they're trying to do it, and they're trying to be fresh and trying to be something different, that it ends up just falling flat. And I think that's what sucks, because, you know, they were dominant in the 2010s, and now we're in the 2020s, and it's like, what else you got, you know, kind of thing. And, you know, somebody was talking about how Harrison Ford was the most difficult to work with, which I was like, I could see that seems like it checks out. It's Harrison Ford. You think he really gives a shit? He doesn't. He doesn't. And when it came to his, you know, his Thaddeus Ross, I was like, yeah, it was fine. It was just Harrison Ford playing that character, you know. And then there's a Harrison Ford Red Hulk, cool. But they talked about how this crew member also said stuff like about they shot these, you know, action sequences that they knew that were going to get cut eventually, and they added stuff in, and there were people, part of the crew, that just knew it was going to be a bad movie. They just knew. And that sucks. That must suck when you're working on a movie and you just know it's going to be terrible. You just know it's going to be terrible. But like I said, we're going to see, like, you know, obviously when it comes to this weekend that's coming up, there's not much that Captain America Brave New World has to go up against in the next couple of weeks. You got The Monkey, which I'm looking forward to. I'm going to go see tomorrow. I'm going to go see The Monkey tomorrow because I'm curious. And, you know, I just like those types of small, weird movies. And then you got that deep sea diving movie with Woody Harrelson and, what's his name from, blah, blah, I'm totally just drawing a blank on Simu Liu, right? Yeah. Got him in it, and that looks interesting. I think my dad wants to see that. That's a dad movie. My dad was like, yeah, we're going to go see that. I'm like, all right. But, yeah, so it doesn't have much to go up against. So I think Captain America Brave New World, it could exceed 400 million. Maybe get close to 500. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a full-on bomb, but it's just definitely underperforming, and, yeah, it's definitely just... I don't know. It's just going to be forgotten about. In like another week or so, nobody's going to even be talking about it. No one's going to be talking about it. You know? And I think Thunderbolts is... I wouldn't be surprised if Thunderbolts does better. Just would not be surprised. Because for Thunderbolts, I'm actually, with each trailer, I'm like going, okay, I'm curious. Oh, man. Just like I'm curious of what's going to happen to Ryan Reynolds after all this craziness. That's right. Like, I haven't really been covering this. And at first I thought, oh, this is stupid. The only thing I really talked about is when Justin Baldoni, with part of his legal team, basically saying that Ryan Reynolds wrote nice pool after him and was making fun of him and mocking him. And I was like, well, that's dumb. Even if he was, it's dumb. And then it's funny because I watched Deadpool and Wolverine like a couple of weekends ago, and I went, yeah, he might have done that. I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually the case. Who knows? But thank you. Oh, hey. Thank you, Lisa, for gifting some memberships out to people. Sweet. Welcome aboard, everybody. You are all members now. Look at that. Like I said, we're not doing a members only. I wish I could do a members only stream, but like I said, we're going to be, you know, this is going to be an over 2-hour stream, and it's been an exhausting few days. We'll get back into, you know, the grind, into the freaking, and of course I'll have my background finished. Oh, it's already coming down. No! Ah, shit. See? Oh, wait. That's probably why. Dumbass. I forgot to peel it off. See? That's how it's... Yeah, there you go. I think we're good. Sorry, I didn't realize that was happening. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to peel off the freaking sticky part. Anyways, back to it. We good? Everything else is good. See? Those things are pretty good. If you want to put holes in your walls, just get those little like frame holders that have like the sticky thing and the Velcro. It's really good. Anyways, but yeah, I was like, oh, it's falling down. But I was like, yep, forgot to fucking peel off the sticky part. Anyways, never forget to peel off the sticky part. Anyways, you could take that with, however you want to take that off. So back to this. Like, okay, so when it came to all this, and obviously it wasn't looking good. Not looking good because there was all these old videos, old interviews of Blake Lively talking about how, talking about this, talking about that, talking about how like her taking control, talking about awkward interviews with other people. And there's even been people that have referenced working with a very difficult actress. And a lot of people have assumed that actor was talking about Blake Lively. But, yeah, you got Blake Lively, but then you also got Ryan Reynolds. And there's a lot of things out there, too, when it comes to all this, that when it came to this movie, and not just her, like, looking over the script and making demands about certain things when it's not her movie, but she wanted, and there's nothing wrong with an actor wanting to be part of the pre-production process to make sure the character is good, but when you can go over the top and when you're undermining the actual director and actual person who wants to tell the story, I think that's where sometimes, actors can be like, hey, you got to step back a little bit. It's a collaboration. Don't undermine the person who is actually bringing this to life. But obviously, we had the SNL 50th anniversary thing. And Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively decided to show up with all this shit that's happening. And a lot of people are just going like, why the fuck are they making a public appearance when all this stuff is happening? And yeah, but they did, and they were looking on the red carpet, looking just fine, totally fine, smiles and this, that, and this. But it looked a little awkward. And then they had a bit. When it came to this as well, to the SNL 50th anniversary.
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Lean into it, right?
I have a question.
Oh.
Lean right into it. And it's so funny because everybody was like zeroing in. Like Kevin Costner was like, why is this motherfucker going to be saying some shit? Cher has quite the hair right there, I should say that. But then it's funny, too, because it's like, wait, did Blake Lively know exactly what was happening? Because look at her face right there. She was like, huh? What is happening? She had to know, right? Got some more gifts? Thank you, Lisa. You're being Santa Claus tonight. I love how Steven Spielberg's just like, all right, cool, whatever. Anya Taylor-Joy is right there. So many people. Robert De Niro was a couple people over, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, was this a good idea? Because some people are saying it wasn't. Some people say it wasn't not a good idea for them to do this. And it's just not looking good. I mean, and then obviously Blake Lively, she's starred in movies, been in stuff. But, obviously Ryan Reynolds became like this mega superstar, especially when it came to Deadpool. And that's one thing, too, when it comes to Deadpool. Let's see. I'll bring up this video if I can find it on here. I saw it on another. Let me bring up, let's see if I find this right here. Yeah, there was like an interview. I don't want to find. I saw an interview, but mainly there's just videos of him just talking about it. Yeah. I can't find it. I saw a video where he was actually being interviewed. Perez Hilton. Of course, he's the gossip dude. But one of the things that he wanted to, that he actually talked about, I mean, obviously he's talking about the whole thing and whatever the hell, and totally on the side of Justin. But the interview that I saw, he talked about how, when it came to these old interviews or older videos of Blake Lively talking about how she was part of the process and wanted to do this and wanted to do that and blah, 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 making her sound like she was kind of undermining the director and everything, basically what she's being accused of doing when it came to this It Ends With Us. is that one of the reasons why, and we've heard this before, and it's just like one of those things is like, is it true? Is it not? But then, I used to be like going, it seems like everybody has a good time hanging out with Ryan Reynolds. Now I'm kind of turning. I've always been a Ryan Reynolds fan ever since Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. I always liked his, the way he delivered the sarcasm and stuff like that. Always, just liked whatever he was in. But now I'm just kind of going like, oh, maybe there is a psycho. There is a psycho behind all that. Maybe there is. I don't know, because apparently the reason why that, Tim Miller did not come back was because Ryan Reynolds kind of took over Deadpool. But then it's kind of interesting too, because I rewatched Deadpool this past weekend, and I was like, I put out a poll on Twitter. I was like, what is the best Deadpool movie? And I put Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and of course Deadpool Wolverine. And that poll, because I was watching it, and the first Deadpool movie, in my opinion, is the best one. It's definitely the best one, just with everything, the limited budget they had. It's a full-on Deadpool movie. I don't know. To me, like, especially rewatching it, hadn't rewatched it in a while, and I just was basically like, yeah, the first Deadpool movie, to me, is the best one. And when I posted that, obviously you can see the results right here with 362 votes. 54.7 said Deadpool. Not a lot of people like Deadpool 2, apparently. But Deadpool and Wolverine, of course, is loved by a lot. So it's just kind of funny because it's like, all right, you hear that story and yeah, you don't want that to happen. You don't want conflict with the star and the director. And then you just kind of go like, ugh. But then it's like maybe sometimes when it's like, what works better? I don't know. I'm not trying to defend Ryan Reynolds. But at the same time, it's like, man, maybe he had a clear vision and Tim Miller had a different kind of vision. And then somehow the conflict between them created that perfect, fucking storm of, hey, here's a Deadpool movie that works and was a huge success. I don't know. But then now with everything that's happening and everything that's going on, I mean, I guess lucky for Ryan Reynolds is he basically was like, Deadpool Wolverine was going to be who knows if he was going to do any more Deadpool after that. It was like they were going to make fun of the fact that Deadpool was coming into the MCU. You bring back Hugh Jackman. It makes $1 billion. You're good. And it's like, okay, so with everything that's happening here, does he actually come back as Deadpool after this? That's what I'm kind of wondering. That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm just like, is he done? That's what I'm wondering. Is the Ryan Reynolds train finally just... But you know what's funny about that too? The thing that I think about is like, well, even if both Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds never act in a movie again, I mean, they're set for life. I mean, no matter what, they're gonna be okay. But it's just kind of funny when it's just like, God damn. You just kind of go like, oh yeah, that guy, I'm sure he's great to work with. You've seen outtakes, you talked about that. But then all of a sudden stuff started mounting. I mean, even TJ Miller, remember when he came out and said how, it was rough to work with him? But then it was like, well, TJ Miller, you've heard bad things about him too, that he's been difficult to work with. And then you just kind of go like, I don't know, should I take his side? And I'm like, oh man, no, maybe it was both, It's just all pretty crazy. So, yeah, $400 million lawsuit. And didn't they file like a whole new thing? They filed like a whole new thing at like just before midnight. It's a mess. This whole thing's a mess. And I've seen a lot of people going like, that Saturday Night Live appearance was not a good thing. It was not a good, even though he leaned into it the way that he does, and with like a, the perfect Ryan Reynolds delivery, like, why, what have you heard kind of thing. Yeah, sure, maybe they thought that was a good thing. But again, I said this before, just type in like Ryan Reynolds autograph signing. You could totally tell that was set up as a PR stunt, because just the way that everything was. I mean, that's the thing. You can't fool people now, especially with the internet. You just cannot fool that. And when I saw the videos where he comes out and he starts signing stuff and fans are just like ecstatic, it looks like it's part of a movie. It doesn't seem real. And it's like, yeah, nowadays you just can't do that. So, I don't know. Just type that in. Is Ryan Reynolds going to fully go away? No. I just think like his star power is now very much dwindling. And I'm sure Kevin Feige was probably just like, God, fuck. Again. It's like Kevin Feige was like, oh shit. Oh man, we got to have another Deadpool movie with some Wolverine. Deadpool's got to show up in other spots. Then this happens and Kevin Feige's like, all right, well, guess that's not happening. Moving along. Jesus Christ. Kind of almost feel for him, but. How is TJ Miller fine? The man was pretty much been blackballed from Hollywood. Oh, he still does stand up. No, I've seen him on podcasts. He like I think he likes the fact that he's no longer really acting anymore. He talks about how he said that he didn't want to play characters for too long, like the same character for too long. He's a bit of a Looney Tune there, Patrick. TJ Miller's fine. Actually, the morning show that I listen to every morning, he's going to be on there. He's a stand-up comedian. He likes to do stand-up. He actually does really good when it comes to hecklers and crowd. What do they call that? I almost want to say crowdsourcing, crowd work. When it comes to stuff like that, yeah. TJ Miller's fine. You know. But, yeah, it's all kind of interesting. Like I said, you could fall down the rabbit hole, you know. It's like, who do you blame? Do you blame Blake? Do you blame Ryan? It seems like it's a little bit of both. Like I said, don't take sides, you know. Don't take sides when it comes to this. Seems like it's a little bit of both. Yeah, TJ Miller is he's gotten some assault charges, stuff like that. That's why it's like, you can't just take a side with these people. They're all pretty nutty. They're all pretty damn nutty. And it's like, you start looking at stuff and you go like, oh yeah, it seems like there's a little bit right here, a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. You know? You can't just fully be like, this person is innocent, that person, this is the person that, no. Yeah, we get too tribal though. We get too tribal nowadays where we just go like, no, one person. And I'm sure Justin Baldoni there's probably things when it comes to him where it's like, he fucked up. I don't think he's an innocent victim out of all of this too. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But let's get the questions. Let's get the questions right here on Twitter. So, let's see what we got. All right, Eric. No, Ryan Reynolds is not finished. If Will Smith can make a comeback and Mel Gibson, frankly, Ryan has nothing to worry about. Yeah, he's not going to fully. He's just... You know, he got up to such a, you know, he was like he was an A-lister. Now he's probably going to move down in the rankings. But at the same time, he did it right. He's a good businessman by owning a few businesses and selling off the aviation gin. The dude, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like almost a billionaire at this point. So even with all this, I mean, he's still, you know, he's still going to be fine. And, hey, he should do some more serious movies. He could be a good serious actor. Even after the terrible crime of being faithful husband who stands by his wife amid her weirdness, get over yourselves, people. This will fade. But like I said, there's speculation that it all started because of him being a little jealous. Lane, yo, Dave, just wait until we start seeing I Show Speed being cast in Hollywood blockbusters for his huge following and not for his acting. Oh, God. I know. So when I see like videos on these popular Twitch streamers and they're just acting like fucking morons for the sake of just clicks, I don't get it. But, you know, it's not my demographic. Do you think the road they'll lean more? Do you think down the road they'll lean more into social media metrics to cast actors, just like Hawke said? Seems like that's what's happening now. Now it's not going to be every one of them, and you know it's going to shift back. Hopefully, Ethan Hawke can help with that. Kenny, wait, there. Oh, okay. So yeah, you probably. Let's see how many. All right, we'll start right here. All right, Davey, I'm going to be honest. The DCEU 50-50. I loved Wonder Woman, Shazam, and Aquaman, plus James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, and I liked Henry Cavill as Superman, but wished he was written better and got a chance to play that more human Superman, more of the man Clark Kent. Yeah, I mean, you're like, Zach was telling a specific story. Hey, Dave, super excited for Superman, Supergirl. Yep. And then, of course, we have one last thing. What did you think of Tyler Hoechlin's Superman in the DC TV Arrowverse on Supergirl and Superman and Lois? I thought it was amazing. Best Superman since Christopher Reeve. Sure, Tyler is not Henry Cavill, but no, he was a decent Superman. I haven't watched the entirety of Superman and Lois. I rewatched Crisis on Infinite on Earth crossover from DC TV Arrowverse, and I loved it. Supergirl was amazing. Loved the moment where she calls out Overgirl and Doppelganger and says, "Would you care to step outside?" A nod to, oh yeah, that was a nod right there. Wait, there is more. Dave, I rewatched Superman 2 on 4K disc from my Steelbook box set, and it's super amazing. Loved Christopher Reeve. Yeah, it's good. I have to revisit. I should revisit all that too. But let's see. Was that? Yep. Okay, we got all that. Thank you, Ken. And then, of course, we got Ronnie. I'm just hoping Ryan Reynolds gets canceled. I don't know why, though. It's okay. He doesn't know why. He doesn't know why. Michael. Hey, Dave, here's a question. Does the marketing for Gunn Superman feel odd to you like it does for me? It just seems like they're trying different things. It doesn't feel odd. It seems like they're just trying different things than the norm. Because after researching the Puppy Bowl Award thing and seeing Shaq NBA promo, the marketing just feels weird. I don't know. It just feels different to me. Like, I'm like, everybody always says, like, there's no marketing. I mean, how many times did you hear there was no marketing for this movie? No marketing for this movie. No marketing for this movie. Now we finally got marketing, and now people are like, what the fuck, man? Why is James Gunn in the marketing? And I'm like, okay, what are we doing here, folks? Darkness Under the Wind. Dave, question 1. With Charlie Cox making his animation debut voicing Daredevil and of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, do you think this is a sign he'll be in more animated projects voicing Daredevil? Maybe. It's a possibility. Question 2. With what's coming out of what Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively did, could Ryan get let go by Marvel Studios as soon as the MCU reboots and Secret Wars? Who knows? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's not as crazy as, obviously, you know, Assault. Question 3. How would you feel if in the DCU Batman forms the Justice League after learning of the threat in the first Justice League movie and has been secretly keeping an eye on the candidates before going to recruit them? Yeah, I mean, that was kind of what Zach was trying to show a little bit. I mean, obviously, he started keeping an eye on them after, stealing the files from Lex. So, yeah. P.S. Moving is a pain, dude, so I get it. Because not only have I done it before, but I moved out of California to Idaho back in September, and that was literally the hardest move ever. Yeah, I only moved a couple towns over. Moving so much more is like, ugh. Dude, like, I've done the move across the country when I was a kid, and that's a pain in the ass. Devin Wooter, hey Dave, are you surprised that Daniel Craig turned down the role for Sergeant Rock? Not really. It never felt like he was fully confirmed for it anyways. I don't know. So I was like, all right. I mean, if it's him, cool. If it's not, whatever. Do you think do you think he could come back in DC as someone else? And who are your new? Well, for me, it's Josh Brolin. Yeah, Josh Brolin would actually be a good Sergeant Rock. I think he would actually probably fit the bill more than Daniel Craig. I don't know. What's your favorite scene from Hancock? That movie is so funny. I mean, I haven't watched it in a while, but, it was like all his, I think like the opening scene. I mean, Jason Bateman's in there. Charlize Theron, you can't go wrong. I haven't watched it in a long time, but, him drunk flying and taking on people, pretty fun. Pretty fun. So, Josh Brolin and Sergeant Rock, yeah. Yeah, he just kind of fits that. He just kind of fits it a little bit more, so. Yeah, I'm like, that's actually a really good choice, to be honest. You know, it's a good choice. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see who they end up choosing. But yeah, I don't know. But hopefully Luca, if Luca drops out, that's when we should start going, oh shit. But anyways, guys, all right. Whew, man. 2-hour stream. I knew it was going to be long. That's why I was like, yeah, I didn't have it in me to do the members only stream, and then of course the DC Fanimated. So everything will turn back to normal next week. Should be good, and I appreciate you guys. And like I said, my background will be hopefully more complete. I'll figure out more what I'm going to put right here. It's still going to be doing the Vodka stream on Friday, so that'll be good. And let's go ahead and wrap it up. You guys are awesome. Get more settled in here and everything. So hit that like, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do all that. And like I said, look forward to, I'm going to go see the Monkey tomorrow. Hopefully. And so look forward to my first reaction review. Of course, I'll be posting clips. And then, of course, I'll see you guys for Friday on the Vodka stream. First Vodka stream here in the new place. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Love you. I'll talk to you later.